the order, you have to alternate. You have to go between no collar and collar, and you have to alternate between them, and you have to start with the piston with the shortest collar, and then you go to the next highest one, which is that one, and then the next highest one, which is that one, and the next highest one, which is that one, and then that one is the tallest. That's my theory. So I'm going to press down on that guy right there, the one just to the left of the door, and see if it stays down. If it stays down, then that will confirm the alternating theory, or that my theory that it doesn't matter which piston, which of the uncollared pistons you start with. Stay down, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. Alright. I could be wrong about this. Let's start with what we know works. Short collar. Alright. Now we got to do one that doesn't have a collar. I know that this one doesn't. Let's just try it. Fuckity fuck fuck. Alright. Alright. Boy Glorious, I'm probably going to pick it up. The interview you guys did with one of the developers really got me interested in the game. Well, you might be interested to know that J.H. Burton1, who's in chat, is that developer. That is James Burton, who we interviewed on the Axe Factor this week. And if you are interested in the game, then I should probably also let you all know again that we're going to be telling you, in this week's episode of the Axe Factor, we're going to be telling you how you can win your own copy of Ether 1. We're going to be doing a giveaway this week. And so if you listen to the Tuesday's episode of the Axe Factor, we'll let you know how you can win a copy. So be sure and stay tuned for that. All right, let's just try doing this next tallest collar. That one, which is straight in a line. That one right there. Although we've already had, who was it earlier that said, was it Battle McStruggle? Who was it that said earlier, they said, I picked up this game because of watching me play it in the stream, but then they're also probably not going to play it because all they've done is watch me play it in the stream. Hey, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that. What about going in a straight line? Let's try this one, because this one doesn't have a collar. No. No, 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 no. All right. Starting over. Let's just do the collared ones. Let's just do the collared ones. Since that seems to be working, let's just try it. Alright, next tallest collar is this one, which is 2 left from the door, and then right of the first one, left of the first one. Okay, let's just try that, see if it works. Now, Boy Glorious, aren't you happy that you didn't come in here and go, yeah, that developer you guys had on, he sounds like he really sucks donkey balls. Oh, that one stayed down. Yeah, aren't you glad that you didn't do that, right? All right, so the height of the collars.
Screams of pain turn into cries of joy.
Height of the collars. That was the trick. That's what I'm talking about. You see how satisfying that is? You see how great that is when you sit there and you struggle and you bang your head against the wall and you say, what the hell's going on? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And then you finally get it. You're like, yes! Yes! That's fantastic. Unlike trying to find the goddamn entrance to this mine, which was just pain and agony.
It's Wednesday.
Hey, look at that! It's a pacifier. I know all about these.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I spent an hour talking with Jim today. He's a very loving son, and I think having him here for the sessions, albeit briefly, has had a marvellous influence. We were talking together about the dummy he had as a child, and how he didn't stop using one until he was almost 4. Laughter can play a huge part in this treatment, and this is the first real time I've been able to put it into practice. We're really getting through.
Okay, so for my, I have a question for those who. Oh, this is open now. Check this out. I have a question. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. I want to know if a pacifier is called a dummy in the UK or elsewhere. What in the name of God is that? This looks like the most insidious device of torture ever devised. That is just an awful, violent-looking thing. Alright, here we go. What else we got? Looks like a teddy bear almost. It is a teddy bear. Every time I say the word teddy bear, I cannot help but think of the Muppet Christmas Carol, which is the best adaptation of the Christmas Carol ever, incidentally. The Muppet Christmas Carol, where the Marley Brothers are regaling each other with stories of their mercilessness. And they're talking about, remember the winter that we closed the orphanage and all the children stood outside on the sidewalk, feeding the snow with their little teddy bears. Oh, I love it. Dummy equals pacifier. So there you go. Yet another thing that I didn't know about.
Home seems so far away now.
All right, so it seems like we're introducing a new mechanic. It seems like we have these chests, these storage chests that are locked up until the point where you restore the projector fully. What have we here? Matches? Yes. Burton. James, I have to ask you: is this an inside joke? Is this a little nod to you? Oh, look at that, folks! Look at that. James Burton, unofficial, no official announcement yet, but James Burton here in chat, here in twitch.tv/Viking Brent. James Burton is saying, as for a console port of Ether 1, PS4 is, quote, looking very likely. Sony has been taking great care of us, end quote. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to step on that in any other way except to just put it out there, make sure everybody hears that statement, because that sounds very cool. Now, James, about this book of matches being Burton brand matches. A little nod, a little tip of the hat. You'll notice their special quality, he says. Hang on. Special quality matches. You're right. I didn't see that. I also spotted, although I think I left the book back in the. Oh no, I've still got a copy here. I noticed that NJ is the author of the Grumpy Knocker. That's pretty funny. I don't know anybody else's name on the team except Pete, so I gotta go and look around for some of these things. I probably missed a few already. Dear Benjamin, Benny, saying this does no good. I know that. I wish you had never gone to work in the place. You know you always could have been part of the post office with us. There was always room. It breaks my heart every day to think of you. What happened was so unfair. I am so angry at the mine, at the mining warden, and in a sad way I'm angry at you for working there. I keep waiting for you to come home. Love, Mom. That's kind of tragic. James has a follow-up to the Ether 1 on PS4 statement. He just wants to remind everybody that it's not confirmed, but it's likely. His words exactly, quote, not confirmed, comma, but likely, close quote. Dear Stephen, big brother, I am so sorry. So sorry for falling out with you all those years ago. So sorry for barring you from the crow's nest. So sorry that I can never bring myself to apologize. I still cannot believe what has happened, that you're gone. I keep having these dreams, just watching you still down there, watching you from afar when you should be up here with us. I love you and I'm sorry, Elaine. I tell you, this stuff's really hitting home for me. It really, really is hitting home for me. All right. Because, frankly, I don't have a great relationship with my own brother. And it's something that we're both kind of working on right now. Like, we're both trying to do something about it. And I'm glad that I'm not writing a note like that. I'm glad, that it's not one of the situations where we never did anything until it was too late. 11:51. And I'm left feeling like, oh gee, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Wish we would have mended fences before it was too late. I'm glad that we're trying to kind of do something about it. 11:51.
As easy as going when you're told and when you're told to go.
All right, let me check chat. Walter says, seems like Sony has lots of love for indies. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they certainly seem to have been making it a priority. Sheldner says, any idea if Lorna's still playing this? I don't know, honestly. I haven't spoken to him about the game. I've talked to him about website stuff and some other things. But I haven't spoken to him about the game specifically, so I'm not sure if he's still playing it or not. Well, that looks treacherous. What is that? Is that the... Oh yeah, I think that's where the typewriter is, isn't it? Okay, not a lot in here. Let's see. Looks like there's a note. Dear Kenneth, why were so many of you down in the depths that day? Why you? That was never ever your job. You were a repairman, for God's sake. You should have come home that day. You should have been at the May Day celebrations with all of us. Your brother Matthew managed to get out of there, thanks to Thomas Fletcher, that is. I just wish you'd come back with him, too. Daniel's going to write an article about it in the Pinwheel Post. He will do his best to get that place closed for good. We will miss you, Dad. Jim is informing me of the names of the other team members. Pete, O.J. Farrell, Ben Hill, Dave Smith, N.J. Apostle, me, and now Marcus Ezekias. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right. So you've got a new member at White Paper Games. That's cool. He says Sony's been super awesome. Traumaza is hitting up James for a sequel. You have an Ether 2 coming out soon. Boy Glorious, off to bed. Getting late here in Sweden. I also don't want to spoil too much of the game. I completely understand. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening. Wow, look at that. That's a very evocative painting. James, who did these? Who did these paintings? Okay, looks like I've got this where I can set something down on it. I've got a lot of candles.
But taking a life? Ending something because it was ordered to be ended?
It's fascinating the way that there are certain things at the case that relate to like candles. There are candles in the case, and I remember one of the first things I did when I was playing the review copy is I just went around blowing out candles, much the way I'm doing now. What is that? Okay, I thought that was something there. It's interesting just the way some of these things come back around again. Okay.